Good morning, USA. I'm Cable Gove.
And I'm Valen Gestel, and we're here today with Dr. Janet Isles, who's in Cameroon, West Africa, at Lake Nyos.
We're celebrating the reintroduction of fish at Lake Nyos after the eruption in 1986. Why don't you tell us more about that, Dr. Jana?
Thank you, Cable and Valen. Lake Nyos erupted on August 21st, 1986, releasing a 1.6 million ton cloud of carbon dioxide. The cloud traveled down to the nearby villages, killing 1,746 of the people who had lived there by asphyxiation, along with lots of cattle, birds, and many other animals. I'm here today in front of that very lake. Although it is a sad story, it is an important one to remember. One of the things that played a role in Lake Nyos' eruption is Gay-Lussac's gas law. Gay-Lussac's law states that when the pressure goes up, the temperature goes up proportionally, and vice versa. There was an extinct volcano underneath the lake that had a large amount of magma, which heated up the lake's water. The temperature rose, and the pressure did too. The high pressure caused a buildup of carbon dioxide that dissolved into the lake. All this carbon dioxide was just sitting there until a nearby earthquake caused a landslide that slid into the lake and disrupted the carbon dioxide. There was a loud boom, and the carbon dioxide was released into the air, creating a landslide of carbon dioxide down the mountain.
And now we'll have a clip of exactly what happened at Lake Nyos and how much heavier carbon dioxide is than oxygen.
You will also need 375 milliliters of white vinegar. That's about a cup and a half. Pour the vinegar into an empty 1 gallon container, either a milk jug or an empty vinegar container. Vinegar, of course, is an acid. Eventually you will be adding baking soda to the container, so you would need 60 milliliters of baking soda. That's about a fourth of a cup. You'll need a dry funnel. It's important that the funnel be dry. And you will pour the baking soda into the container, which already has the vinegar in it. This will cause an acid-base reaction, and one of the products of this reaction will be carbon dioxide gas. It takes about a half a minute for this reaction to complete itself. You'll know that it's done when it's done fizzing. And as long as you don't move the container around too much, the carbon dioxide gas should stay in the container because carbon dioxide is heavier than air. So now you have about a gallon of carbon dioxide gas. Go ahead and light the candles. It's important that you do the demonstration in an area where it's not drafty. The air must be calm. If it's drafty, sometimes it doesn't work. You might consider covering the container of gas with an index card until you get into position to pour into the box, to avoid spilling any of the invisible gas before you start pouring it into the box. Then carefully pour the invisible carbon dioxide gas into the box. Since it's heavier than air, it will flow to the bottom, and the smallest candle should go out first, followed by the middle candle, and then the tallest candle.
Wow, that's such a tragic event. Thank you, Dr. Jana.
Yeah, some of our listeners sent us some fun facts about Lake Nyos that we're going to share with you today. Would you like to start, Cable?
Sure. Did you know that the lake is about 400 years old and resides on top of a magma pool about 80 kilometers below?
I didn't. That's really interesting. Did you know that several thousands of people still live next to Lake Nyos? And since the explosion, they have made degassing tubes to release the gas pressure under the lake.
That is so cool. I bet you didn't know that after the explosion, the lake changed from a blue to a rusty red. I didn't know lakes could experience their monthly.
Lake Nyos is one of the only 3 lakes that are saturated with carbon dioxide.
That's very intriguing. This must explain why Lake Nyos' Limonite explosion was one of the rarest natural disasters to.
Oh, for sure. I bet you didn't know that Lake Nyos occupies a young Mar crater in the Precambrian granitic terrain of northwest Cameroon, created by lava flow into groundwater, and the lake is 682 feet deep.
That room is a perfect space for fish. The fish have finally arrived at the lake's location, and it's time to reintroduce Lake Nyos to life.
Go fish! Yay! They're free! for watching. That was Dr. Jana at Lake Nyos. We'll see you at 10 a.m. for the weather. That's such a tragic event. Thank you, Doctor.
I bet you didn't know that Lake Nyos occupies a young Mare crater in the Precambrian granitic terrain of northwest Cameroon, created by lava flow into underground water, and that is